I think we are good to go. Let me just double check.
That's kind of what I do between fights with my buddies and training partners. We just touch and we have that. You have to have the right people to be able to do that with.
There we go.
Battery low.
Oh no. Let me just plug this in. And we are good to go. So, what I got going on right now in the background is the JRE show on Spotify, and I'm just listening to it while kind of completing all this stuff because I got a lot to go, man. But yeah, I'm excited to get all this crap done.
But if we're doing MMA stuff, it's fighters who I know and they have experience and I can trust them and I've worked with them before.
Oop, I'm sorry.
I probably wouldn't even
Get something to drink here.
bump fists and do MMA rounds with somebody.
But yeah, we're about to start. And what I got going on is kind of just a like a little roller coaster ride I'm building. Now I made a video not too long ago, probably like a couple days ago, and yeah, this is it's a bit weird. It's definitely my first time kind of streaming like this, but yeah, let's give it a go. So when I first started doing this, my like original building was this little thing right here. I kind of switched it up on the inside recently because it used to look awful, because the first original idea was, you know what, I'm gonna go straight into a kind of like a survival mode, and eventually I kind of got bored of it, and so here we are. I went straight into creative about a year ago, and it turned from kind of just tiny little building, and it kind of just like eventually just led to all of this stuff right here, and it just goes on. Like the inside of these buildings, they all have something different. I don't know why I put all I really don't know why I put all these cats here, but it's just a bunch of villagers, animals, stuff like that. And I still have a lot of detailing work to do. Like, I want to switch up a lot of this stuff. It kind of looks, I don't know, kind of getting tired of like, because when I first started this a year ago, I didn't really think I was going to keep doing it. I mean, I kind of just started over there, made my way over, and just did this. I said, okay, well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do something like this. And this all has like separate rooms in it. You know, they're in there running around. And I made this little maze over here. Yeah, sorry if I'm a little like... I'm a little laggy, a little stuttery, because it literally is my first time ever actually streaming like this, and it's a bit different. You know, it's a new experience, but hey, I figured why not. I haven't been on YouTube for that much of a long time. I would probably say, now I did start watching YouTube like the day the app came out, and people like Markiplier started blowing up on it. I started watching Markiplier when he had just thousands of subscribers. I'm not even 10,000, not 100, like thousands of subscribers, and getting almost no views. And next thing you know, a couple years later, I took my eyes off of YouTube, and it just turned into this huge, I mean, I never took my eyes off of YouTube, but back in the day, I kind of used to like get into aquariums and stuff like that, so I really used YouTube for like my hobby, and didn't really get into all the the other side of YouTube of what was going on and people making money from it. But a couple years later, when I started discovering like gamers and whatnot, and I was like, hey, there's people on YouTube right now like making a living off of these videos, and I would believe my first video ever uploaded was probably like um probably 10 years ago. I uploaded a video on an old channel. I wouldn't even be able to find it anymore. I think I could find the video, but it was just a stupid little 10-second clip of, I think it was me throwing a baseball. But yeah, I started making videos since then. Now, obviously not consistently, because if I stayed consistent with that 10 years ago, I would be in a whole different spot right now. But yeah, I started uploading videos since then. Every now and then I would. And for the past, I would say for the past 3-4 years on my channel, I have been uploading more consistently. Not much. I would say like 10, 15 videos a year. Obviously, that's really not much, but I mean, if you look at my channel now, I got a live stream now almost every single day, at least 2-3 live streams for the past 4 days, and yeah, I figured why not. I'm gonna start it. I got a lot to do. I mean, I have a lot to do. I suppose the first thing I should probably show you guys. Well, let me fix it first before I show you. But yeah, this is going to be the live stream. Sorry if I keep on saying but just like I said, it's my first time ever doing this, so it's definitely a new experience. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fix this up, make it look better, and I'm basically done with this. I really don't have much left to do. I just got a couple of things to put here or there. I already know what I need to put down, and once that's complete, oh, 1 second. Alright, once that is complete, I can kind of show you guys what I've been doing here. Let's get rid of this. I don't like that. Actually, there we go. Oh, yeah, sometimes I forget. So this is going to be the part where I'm not really going to be talking much, but kind of just getting this done, and then I'll explain afterwards what I got going on here. So it's a bunch of just who knows what. But like I said, kind of just finishing this up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards. I mean, it's not like, it's not huge. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that they got these great dude. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie, but I just want to get this done because I've been waiting. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I probably should explain this if I keep on staying silent every couple of minutes, but who in the hell? Oh. Alright, but yeah, I do live with family, so trying to keep my voice down so I'm not that loud while live. This is the reason that I think from now on I'm just gonna live stream at night like this while just talking and ranting, because nobody's really around and I can just kind of chill. And yeah. So if you guys ever see me live streaming without a mic, it's not that I don't have one, it's just I kind of choose not to, because during the daytime there's a lot of family around and everybody's running around, including my nephew, and just making a lot of noise, so it's almost pointless to live stream during the day like that. Like, I would have to stay, like, not even be able to talk to you guys and just be bothered every 2 minutes, so it really wouldn't work out. I think one day, if I like move out or something, things will kind of be different. But yeah, for now on, nah, it just wouldn't work out. So I choose to just do this at night. It's a lot better. I can just talk to you guys, and I read messages off of my phone, and yeah, I can just respond to you guys that way. And just like I said, what you're hearing in the background is the JRE podcast on YouTube. And I've been listening to him for God knows how many years now. But it's Dustin Poirier. I forget when. I think it was like uploaded in March or something. So I'm just listening to what they're saying while kind of building this and finishing it. And I think I got a couple of more spots to go, but once it's done, I promise it's gonna be worth it. Right now, currently, I've been working on this for at least like a week straight, at least a week straight, maybe 2 weeks. But it's definitely gonna be worth it when I'm done. I'll kind of give you guys like a little preview here in a second, but I definitely want to just like, you know, hurry up and finish with this because I've been working on it for so long now, man. It gets tiring. Here we go. Well, it does get tiring, but it does kind of get old doing like the same exact thing over and over again. I more or less want to build build more buildings because that's kind of like my thing that I like to do. Like, I'll show you, or instead of just talking about, I'll kind of show you. You see, like I like making structures and kind of architect and shit like that, and get creative. Oh, look at me. Get creative with it. Let's see what I like, see what I don't like. Just kind of, just feel a vibe for it. See what I like to do. Yeah. But it's probably my favorite part. It's like a little aquarium area. I don't know. It's just like I said, I just start going crazy with the structures. And what are you doing? Alright, I mean, hey, someone's actually going in there for once. Go in. Please. No. Please. Take a look. Take a look. Whatever. So what the hell? Why is everybody watching me? Oh, no. Assault. Not assault to him. Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Just like I said, there's like all this, this part right here. You guys are going to find that to be very interesting in 1 second. A little longer, 1 second, but yeah. Almost done. Almost done. So this is all good. Done, done, done. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Cynical, man. If you guys watch South Park, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's Mr. Cynical, man. Alright, I think... No, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I'm going to give way too much away. I think I got one spot. Like I said, got one more thing I need to do. Once it's done, I'll show you guys. I think you can kind of see, like, it's going to take a minute here, but we're almost done. Almost done. This is good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, stop right here. This part's kind of weird. Like I'm stuck on what to do. Okay. This is where. Okay. I'm gonna turn up the podcast. You guys can listen for a second. If anybody says anything in the chat, I will respond. I'm looking at my phone right now. But yeah, just enjoy the podcast for a couple minutes while I finish this, and when I'm done, I will show you guys the complete project.
Boom! The power he has, my God. And a legit 265, like full on. I'll tell you what, man. Crazy. Just gets up. Just gets up. I mean, if
Rex Kwando style.
Yeah, if Francis Ngannou beats Stipe, and that's a big if, right? Because Stipe Look, if you look at it on paper, he's the GOAT. Stipe's the most accomplished heavyweight of all time. If Francis beats Stipe, and it's a big if, him versus Francis, Derek Lewis versus the rematch.
Right.
That's a crazy fight.
Lewis won the first one.
He won the first one. Yeah. But it was the most uneventful fight ever.
Not a lot happened.
But Lewis, that's the thing about Lewis too. People don't give him credit. He's patient. He's patient. He'll wait on, the first round with Curtis Blades.
I don't know if I want to like.
And then when Blades went in for that very obvious takedown,
you know what?
Step back and caught him with that uppercut.
I want to keep the trees, but at the same time, they're really getting in the way of what I'm doing here. It's kind of getting annoying, so I'm just gonna get rid of them.
And you just can't have any room.
It's like I said, I'm trying to build this map out as much as I like. Until my PS4 breaks if it has to. So I don't care if it takes 5 years, but I want to make one of the biggest Minecraft builds possible on PS4. I used to make some wild ones on PS3, but I swear to God, there was a map so big that me and my friend worked on for over a year that eventually my PS3 just gave out. It was too much. I couldn't even load it anymore. In fact, my PS3 just lagging and freezing up. So, adventure number 2. And hopefully by that time, we got enough subs and everything worked out so I can just buy a whole PC setup and don't have to worry about all that. This would be a lot easier. But until then.
But then again, that's like a big if to get past Stipe.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Stipe's the only guy who's been able to figure out how to avoid Francis's punches and get him down. And that's big. And I don't know. I mean, I know he's at Extreme Couture now. I'm sure they're working on takedown defense. I'm sure they're working on the grappling.
Have to be. That's the biggest thing, right? If he can keep on the feet, Stipe's a motherfucker on the feet too.
He's good everywhere. Stipe's good everywhere. I always felt like the Cormier fight, first of all, was a perfect punch when Cormier knocked him out. It was perfect. He didn't see it coming, in the pocket, from the clinch. But also, I always wondered, like, how much of that KO was him recovering from the Francis fight? Because the Francis fight was just a few months before that, and it was a brutal 5-round war, And Francis hit him with some good shots, man.
Every shot is a good shot.
Yeah, it's just, what do you think is the most brutal war that you've been in? The Hooker fight was a war.
Yeah, that's not good for you. Hooker fight was a war. Korean zombie fight was a war. Those are all back, but that was a good damage. Probably took more damage than Hooker.
That was a crazy back and forth fight.
But like, I've never had headaches or anything after those fights. Like the next day,
really?
The worst head trauma that I think I've had in my career, and I've been stopped, a couple times from strikes, was yeah, that's the most symptoms I've had from a head.
You know what?
That was the
I'm
disqualification.
just gonna restart all of this.
Yeah, and I wasn't out or anything like that, but the symptoms the next day.
This is kind of gonna be stupid, but I think it's honestly the easiest way to get rid of this.
I was sick, car sick, the bumps in the road, the light was messing with me.
You know where I'm going.
For sure. For sure.
You know where I'm going with this. Goodbye.
What do you plan on doing when you're done? Do you have a plan?
Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye.
Not really. Keep growing the hot sauce. I have
all
an
this
idea for a
got
TV
to
show
go.
that's gonna get some traction. I
Come
want
on.
to fight and travel to different cities and train at gyms and then explore local restaurants because I like to cook and I'm a foodie. I think it's a good idea. I don't know if that's a career. It might be.
Why not?
Let's see how it goes. I guess.
Fuck, why not, man? It sounds like a good idea to me.
No, I'm saying with success.
Yeah.
One season, if it doesn't do well, it's not a career.
Well, here's the thing, man. Put it on YouTube. Put it on YouTube, let it grow, and then sell it somewhere. The thing about these shows is they don't give it a chance to find its place, find what it is, And if you're doing a show like that, and you're a slave to the ratings, if you put it up on YouTube, first of all, it's going to get an
Kind of just making my
audience.
landmark to how far I want to go with getting rid of this shit.
It's an interesting idea. And it also doesn't have to be as structured. You know, when you do something
Yeah, you're right.
for a network, you know, there's a lot of pressure involved. They have advertisers. They have, if they don't reach a certain number of ratings, you know, a certain number of viewers, they have to cancel the show.
I've always been interested in real estate as well. But I don't know.
Real
I
estate.
don't want to look too far at Plan B.
Oh, interesting.
Right. Still focus on Plan A, but
Do you think
I mean, it's gonna happen.
Do you think you're gonna miss it?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right?
But if I can find some, because for me, Joe, I've self-evaluated myself, and I'm a maniac, so it's probably wrong. But I think I have to be in some kind of constant conflict, like whether that's preparing for a fight, or doing something with my foundation. Like I have to have a goal where I'm
Something challenging.
full steam in trying to get something done. Otherwise, I'm self-destructive. I noticed that about myself. I do dumb stuff, I start drinking too much, or just, if I don't have something set for me to be working towards, I just feel like that's when I do dumb stuff. Like not huge things, but I just feel like that's when I start to get like depressed, or I don't even know what to call it, but it's not a good place for me to be in. I have to have something I'm working on. And when I'm working on something, that's where I'm most comfortable. So whether it's a fight, like I said, or a foundation, building a house right now, I have to be all in on something.
But it makes sense. You know, some people are just built for high pressure situations.
I have to.
Yeah.
And if I can find something that puts me in that position, and as much as fighting does, I'm gonna be successful at that. I don't know what that is yet, but when I find it, I'm gonna be in conflict with that all the way, and that's just gonna find that, whatever that is. But I'm still all in on fighting.
What do you like cooking?
Louisiana foods, gumbos, jambalayas. I mean, I cook anything.
Damn, we need a kitchen in this place. That's what we need. We need to like have a special. Because there's been a bunch of people that come in and say they like cooking. Have a special segment.
Right out the blue out here, I made my wife like meal prep for the week. I did lemon butter, caper fish, the kale, saute, and all kind of stuff. I get down, man.
Really?
I get down in the kitchen, yeah.
Do you read books? Do you?
I watch a lot. Yeah, I watch
YouTube and stuff.
YouTube, also Food Network, just any food shows. I've been a fan for a long
Really?
time. Yeah.
Dude, you need a food show.
Yeah.
That's
Food
a good
fight.
idea.
I'm trying to do it.
I like it. I like it. So, but Louisiana food is your specialty?
Of course. Yeah.
Because that's what
Creole food.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you cook, are you a guy that like do you go to the supermarket and get all your prep in advance and you got like a shopping list, the whole deal? To wear an apron, put an apron on?
No.
I do not.
What about one of them crazy hats?
If I had it, I'd wear it.
Told you I've been watching the show way too
But I'm gonna wear
much.
it.
A hat with a diamond in the middle.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I
There
get my
you
list
go.
together, and then even when I'm cooking stuff that I don't know a whole lot about, like if I'm trying to do something new, I'll get the list, kind of read the instructions or the recipe, then I won't look at it again. I kind of got an idea of how, and then I just put my own twist on everything.
Now a little of this, a little of that.
Yeah, and I enjoy that, dude. Getting all the stuff to the grocery store, going back home, prepping everything. I enjoy that.
Do you have a specific way? Do you like grilling? Do you like frying things? Like what's your favorite way of
I like
cooking?
grilling, baking stuff, but I like cooking down sauces and stuff like that.
Cooking down sauces,
Like,
really?
yeah, like meat and gravy over rice.
Mhm.
Cooking down something in a good.
You get
cast
serious.
iron- Oh yeah, come on,
You get
man.
serious. That's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you say when you do meal prep, do you do this while you're training too, or do you not have the time?
When I'm in Florida, I do all my own cooking.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't have like a meal prep company that
I
you
work with
use?
Lockhart. He kind of gives me the pointers of
George?
my
Yeah.
the pointers of my nutrition.
He
What I
helps
can.
you cut weight as well?
Mhm. Yeah. But I cook all my own stuff. He'll tell me, okay, you can have a 4-ounce piece of salmon or something like that, and I'll just kind of prep it out for the week and keep it switched up. So I'll cook salmon and chicken for the week, and that way I'm not eating salmon every day. And
Right. So when you do something like that, do you have to be careful about like sodium content and content of sugar and different things that you put in your?
Sugar for sure. Sodium, I don't. I use salt.
It's gonna take a minute,
salt
boys.
free drinks,
Jesus.
yeah. I don't limit that at all.
You sweat so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but sugar for sure. Sugar.
Do you like when you're one of those guys that eats like 6 meals a day, or do you?
Yeah,
Is that what you do?
yeah, usually like five or six. breakfast, a light snack, lunch, a light snack, dinner.
So you're just constantly keeping food in your body. And how many times you train in a day when you're in camp?
Usually 2 times, or 1 time with a run, or 1 time with a swim. I do like active recovery stuff between, and like I said, I self-regulate my camp. So if I'm feeling a little run down or something's hurting, I'll pull back. But usually 2 times.
And do you use anything like a Whoop strap or a
Not a
monitor,
Whoop strap.
a heart rate monitor, anything like that?
So I started using a Whoop strap, and I used it for a while, and then I was like, let me take this shit off because it's messing with my head.
Really?
Because work needs to get done. I'm waking up. I'm not ready, but fuck, I got to get ready for this fight.
So it's saying you're not recovered enough.
Yeah, I'm not recovered enough, but I got to go to the gym and work. What am I gonna do? You know.
So that was fucking with your head?
It just I feel well, not fucking with my head, but making me say, why am I wearing this and paying this membership whenever it's saying you're not ready, but I'm getting ready. With I'm packing my bags. I'm getting ready. You know, I got to go train.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys like using it, particularly to see what your resting heart rate is and to make sure it's not elevated. You know, Steve Maxwell once told me that if you pay attention to your resting heart rate, and if it's 10 beats above what it normally is when you wake up in the morning, he said, take the day off. He goes, like, your body's fighting some shit off.
It's going to be a lot of days off if I do that. I can't afford to do that. My resting heart rate gets pretty low, like 32, 34 in camp.
Well, that was the thing. Like, we were talking about how you had COVID. You didn't even know it.
I just found out right now. Before we jumped on these mics, I was like,
he's got the antibodies. You were negative for the disease, but you had the antibodies, so you had it and beat it, and you didn't even know.
and I fought a month ago, and she said, like, it was pretty recent, the way the test came out, like, that strong of the lines.
What should we
and so on.
do here?
So it was pretty recent, and my last test was fight night, or the day before the fight, so that was exactly 1 month ago. So in the last 3 weeks or so, I've had it.
That's crazy.
Didn't even know.
Well, when you get off of a fight like that, what is your general routine? Do you take a couple weeks off and just chill, eat gumbo, and have margaritas?
Yeah, and I'm never really off. Like, I'm always in the gym. I trained yesterday, you know. I'm never really, like, off. I'm always training, but I'm not focused on my weight. I'm not running miles. I'll run here and there, but I eat and drink whiskey, dude. I'm from Louisiana.
I like it. So, I know they're talking about culinary. What has the UFC brought up to you, and what is the conversation been like?
So Conor wants the trilogy, and I do too. If they want to do it, let's do it.
Well, that's what the loot is.
Right?
That's what the loot is.
And that's pretty much it. We're just trying to get the right deal structured. You know, this is going to be a big fight.
Oh my God.
He knocked me out. I knocked him out.
Yeah. This would be one of the biggest fights ever.
The trilogy.
Yeah.
For sure, one of the biggest fights this year, but maybe of all time.
Yeah, it could easily be one of the biggest fights of all time. Just the hype machine behind Connor's. He's got such a cult of personality behind him. He's such a powerful person, you know?
Yeah, and I know Mayweather stopped him, but he's never been stopped.
It was a different kind of stoppage. Yeah, it was exhaustion and overwhelmed with punches. You wrecked him.
Stopped him.
Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, he was out.
Yeah, when you stepped in and hit him with that big right hook, it was like, whoa. When you dropped, when you put him away, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah, and when he went down, I got one more shot off. That was a good one. He was out.
Yeah, you could see it.
So, I think the trilogy makes a lot of sense and a lot of money. So we're just trying to get the right deal structured and see what the time frame is. Because for a guy like Conor, you want fans in there, even if it's limited.
Yeah.
And right now, at the Apex where they're set up in America, there's obviously no fans.
Right.
So where do you do that at? And
Florida,
what's
baby.
the time frame? Yeah.
Florida doesn't give a fuck. Do it like 3 blocks away from an American top team.
Let's do it.
They don't give a fuck.
Rest in
You can
peace,
do your
Miles
goddamn
Vidal.
arena in Florida.
Jesus
Well, Canelo's
Christ,
fighting
man.
there, right? He's fighting this weekend.
Is he fighting in an arena?
I think he's fighting in the
A stadium?
Yeah.
Packed, probably, right? Packed.
I don't know what the limit is.
They don't have
the
a
capacity
fucking limit. It's Florida.
But Dana's saying, well, that'd be interesting because Dana's saying he doesn't want to do it in a stadium or arena unless he can fully sell tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
We just went to Abu Dhabi, so I'm thinking like if me and Conor did have the trilogy, it might be in Abu Dhabi because they're allowed limited ticket sales or whatever.
Just do it in Miami.
I train on the street. I'll drive there.
That's what I'm saying. They can do it. That governor doesn't give a fuck.
So it's either going to be that or Nate Diaz, I think.
Now, how much time, if you want to be honest, how much time does a man need after a knockout like that? Like, if I was hearing that they were talking about Conor fighting you again in May or June, and I was like, that seems crazy to me.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't know. every
What are
man's
they
different,
saying?
right?
What are they saying to you in terms of like when they want to?
So they haven't given me a date.
Okay.
They haven't given me a date.
Do they ask you like when, how much time you need? Or what is the conversation like when something like this happens?
So I don't directly talk to them.
You have a manager.
Yeah.
Who's your manager?
They talk to my manager, Rob Rivera,
And so,
and a guy named Wayne. We kind of, try to put ourselves in the best position to sit at the table with them and have a legit conversation about getting this fight booked. And we're just, like I said, we're trying to structure the right deal. And when it happens, I think the fight will be on. But
Yeah.
until then, we'll see.
so, because when I heard June or July, I was like, that just seems so soon. That seems so soon for a bad KO like that, like a legit out cold KO. That's a concussion. I mean, that's brain trauma. You would think you want 6 months after something like that.
Yeah.
How often do you like to fight? Like, especially now that you don't have the injury anymore, and you're healed up more, and you're riding high right now. Would you prefer maybe get the Nate Diaz fight in first?
No, because I think the longer remove from this last fight with me and Conor, the further we remove, and it just takes away from
The
the heat behind it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's. I think the only problem is that's the fight for the title. You are, in my eyes, if Khabib steps down, you're the uncrowned champ. So
In true Thug Jitsu fashion, shout out to Eve Edwards. I'm the only other guy to ever fight in the UFC under the Thug Jitsu banner, and he was the uncrowned world champion.
yeah, he was.
He
yeah.
was.
Yeah, when he knocked out Josh Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping Thug Jitsu alive.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love Eve. But you're there for the real title though too, and I want to know what the fuck is going to happen. I really want to know if Khabib's going to step down. You should be the guy fighting for the title. No ifs, ands, or buts. Do you think it makes sense though for you to be fighting Conor for the title?
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do
You think
actually?
it should be Oliveira.
Conor's been away so long. His last 2 fights,
Could've
at
burned this
155,
stuff
he's
up.
lost. So you can't put him in there for a title fight.
Right.
How could you, justify doing that when you have guys like Oliveira?
But if Khabib retires and they say, hey, this is for all the marbles, you're not going to say no. What are you going to say? You're going to say, I'm a purist. What are you going to say?
I don't know.
If Dana pulls you aside, he goes, it doesn't have to make sense.
Of
Come
course.
on.
What? But yeah.
Let's make some money.
Yeah. We're fighting for the belt.
Yeah, you have to fight for the belt.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, man. I think it's going to be something soon because we've got to keep it moving. They're not going to sit forever chasing Khabib, and the division has to move on.
It is interesting that in the time where that low calf kick is coming to prominence, and this is also a time when Conor started moving away from the sport, took time off, fought boxing, then came back and had the fight with Khabib, and then came back and had the fight with Cowboy. The calf kick was never in play in any of his fights, but if you look at him stylistically, and this is one of the things I love DC's detail that he does on ESPN. It's amazing. But when he broke down Conor's heavy weight on the right leg, he leans in like this all the time. He puts a lot of weight on that right leg. When he paws in that southpaw stance, and because you fight southpaw a lot as well, it just opens up that kick so big. It's such a big weapon.
And sometimes, like you said, that wide stance as well, it's just hard to check the kick from that wide stance.
Yeah. Well, it's a crazy stance for everything other than calf kicks. It's a great stance. I mean, he's so good at moving in and covering distance with that stance. It's very karate-like.
Great countering, like you see in karate, bounce back and forth to boom, attack. And he has a hell of a left hand where he's knocked out a bunch of guys with that counter, with that pull too. And that's what we worked on a lot that training camp with my boxing coach, Guy Davis, is that pull two, baiting him in to throw the pull two.
Alright.
Yeah, the one time where you just
I'm gonna switch it over to
one time we caught him with that counter right hook, and you pointed at him. You're like,
Tim
Something
Dillon.
I submitted the audition and I didn't get it. And then I lost $1,800 on AMC stock, and I thought I was going to retire. So can someone call Dave Portnoy and ask for my money? Where's the line holding? I'm fucked now.
He's busy sampling pizza.
So I told this director. He goes, listen. He goes, they cast the movie based on box office numbers. Of course. I mean, it's like it's no one cares.
Yeah, if you're doing a movie
Fucking math.
and you feel like you're the perfect person for the role, but Mark wants that part. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over. So I don't know who they're replacing me with. Probably
Rock.
Amy Schumer.
Probably The Rock.
Amy Schumer. So from me to The Rock, I think it's top. From me to Amy Schumer, I think 30 yards, it's the same actor. But, yeah, I mean, you know, Hollywood's, it's a tough thing.
Now it's even tougher, right? Who the fuck is going to go to a movie theater?
It's also the idea of, like, it's like if my grandparents and all the people that came to this country wanted to be fucking comedians or actors, we'd all be fucking dead. Thank God they have real jobs. You want more trans people at the fucking post office. You don't want trans people, gay people, or anybody to throw their lives away on this crazy profession that works out for such a small percentage of people that try it. It's crazy.
What is the percent? I mean, there's a better chance of being a professional comic.
That's a small one, too.
Yeah, it's small, but
it's
at
small.
least it's self-actualized.
To a degree. Yes.
To a degree.
To a degree.
Listen, if you're undeniable, if you're really funny,
but
you
comedy
keep
people,
going.
some people think they're undeniable.
Yeah, but that's wrong. But if you are literally are funny, then that's like fighters. Some guys think they can kick everyone's ass.
Yeah,
and they
and
find
they're
out.
wrong.
They
Yeah.
find out they meet Kamaru Usman. They get fucking breaking.
They got killed. Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of people out there that think they're the
Rest
shit.
in peace,
But
Masvidal, as I said. Jesus, man.
At the end of the day, it really is something that, in a sense, is pure.
Sure.
Because, you know, I had this conversation with Ali Wong. She's like, you think comedy is a meritocracy? And I think it's one of the rare ones. It really is. She goes, I agree. But it's like, it is, if you are up there and you make them laugh. Like, one of the things that's the saddest to me is watching people who are talented to a degree, but lazy. And they blame other extraneous outside forces and pressures for why they didn't make it in stand-up comedy. I'm like, man, that's rarely the case. Look at Joey Diaz. You know, look at there's a lot of people that are they just don't fit any fucking mold, but they're so undeniable that they make it.
Yeah.
Right? So what stops someone from achieving success? Well, a lot of times it's a lack of introspection. It's a lack of objectivity. It's a lack of looking at your act and saying, well, why aren't people showing up?
Right.
Why aren't people filling these clubs? Why aren't people filling their theaters? What's happening here?
I also think it's a tough thing. You got to get into it at the right time. You got to be ready to do it. You got to have your vices in check. You got to have
not.
We're not. We're not. But
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's unrecognized that I think I really zeroed in on. Yeah. It's community.
right.
We support each other. If we don't support each
We
other,
do,
we
yeah.
don't mean as much.
Well, that's 100% right.
Means, but it's one of the reasons why so many guys
Yeah.
are thinking about coming out here to Austin.
Yeah.
Because they know that we'll support them.
I think it's still a tough thing to do, even with all that stuff, and you've got to be ready to go to war. Like, you got to be ready to fight for 10 years or however long it takes. At least 100 years, yeah, at least 10. And it's a very tough thing to do, and that's what makes it special, and all the things you said are important. But, like, you meet certain people, and you go, that guy could have been really funny, and that girl could have been really funny, but, like, you know, they go off the train, they get married, they get sidetracked, they get lazy, and they have lives.
Also, some of them get lazy.
A lot of them do.
They don't write enough.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
They don't do enough
A lot of them
sets.
don't do like a podcast. Or don't do, like what I try to do like a bunch of be funny on a bunch of different platforms, which saved my life because when the stage was taken away, I was like, okay, well, I have this podcast. I can make these funny videos. We can do these things, and like I try. I need to create shit, make shit. You know, so
Well, not just that. You also
some
need
people
to
aren't
be
crazy
active.
enough, Joe. Some people aren't crazy enough. You gotta be a little crazy.
Well, they're not crazy enough in the right ways. Like
Right.
sometimes they're crazy, but their craziness blame everybody else way,
Yeah.
which is really dangerous.
Right.
It's really dangerous because you can get people that agree with you, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't help you.
Right.
If you blame everybody else, the problem with that is there's no solution. Because
Right.
everybody else is the problem. But
Right.
if you look at yourself and you go, how could I have maximized my impact?
I like
What
to
have
do
I done
both.
wrong?
I like to do both, and I like to work very hard and still blame others.
That's not bad.
I like to still be cynical and angry and blame everyone, but also work very hard.
I like what you're saying.
Those are good. It's very few people do that, but I don't want to lose my negativity and my ability to say fuck these people, but I also work very hard. But most
Yeah.
people can't do both. Most people go, well, fuck it then. And I'm like I'll
Yeah.
complain for a half hour, and then I go, all right, I'm going to go do all the stuff I got to do. And people are like, really? It's like, yeah, that's what I do.
Well, that fuck it then is a fucking dangerous perspective.
dangerous.
How the hell did that
Because it
happen?
doesn't help you, and it's like you've encountered a puzzle, And you got to think about it like a boss in a video game. Like you hit that final level and you can't figure out how to beat it, and like it's not possible.
Right.
But it is possible because other people have beaten it.
Other people have done it.
You know, like I had this conversation with my mom at one point in time, and she was saying like, she was talking about comedy. It just seems so hard. Like, I go, but you see professional comedians that you like, right?
We did it.
She said, oh yeah. I go, well, what do you think is the difference? She was like, I don't think you're famous. Yeah.
Well, that gave you the motivation you need.
No, I thought it was hilarious because my mom was a wonderful person.
Yeah.
But she's, you know.
It's not a job for everyone.
But my mom, this is the thing. It's like, my mom is not a supportive person in the sense that she's never said, you can do anything.
Right.
She's always been like, whoa, I don't know why you're doing that. But that was the case with martial arts. That was the case with
And that's a lot of people's moms.
But it's not a bad thing because they worry about the odds of you being successful.
I think the worst thing is a parent who goes, you can do everything.
That is worse.
That's bad.
That's worse.
Because you
That's
can't.
worse.
I mean, the advice that my generation got was very like pie in the sky. It was like, you can do anything you want, follow your dreams. But it was like, there was no next part of that, which is like, by the way, work, sacrifice, risk. You gotta tolerate levels of risk, right? I mean, that's part of the economy. You gotta tolerate levels of risk. You gotta do something for a while, not earn money, hope it works out, and then you gotta, it's a little risky, and depending on where you are in your life, some people are better suited to do that than others.
You also have to accept the grind. And some people, they want a break. They want to.
The hell is going
on? They cross the finish line and they're done. Can't. They made it. Yeah, I made it. And there's a real problem with comics who cross that finish line in terms of like they get on a television show, and then we used to see that at the store all the time. People who were decent comics, but they would get sandwiched in between Jesse
I thought everything was on fire down here. Alright, good. That's getting done. Nothing up there is on fire, but I'm not even taking that chance. So I'm getting rid of all of this.
Look, there's a parallel in jiu-jitsu, okay? And the parallel in jiu-jitsu is like, if you're in a gym where there's a bunch of white belts and blue belts, and you're a black belt, you go in there, you have
Why am I on fire?
Like, people don't know, they're not at your level, and you can kind of tap everybody and you never get tapped. But then you'll go to like some fucking crazy gym where everybody's an assassin, and you get pinned. And you get angry. Those guys roll too hard. They're gonna get injured. They're this, they're that. But no. They're willing to get injured. They're willing to fight and battle it out at a different level. They're willing to hit a certain RPMs that maybe you're not comfortable with because you can't do that every day if you have a life. If you have a life and a job and a career and a family and a mortgage, you're not gonna put in 8 hours a day on the fucking mat. So I think some guys are, and you can't be mad at them.
Can't be mad at them.
And if you go to the store basically doesn't exist anymore. If you go to a place like what the store was a year ago, it's more the store. Yeah. Because the cellar was really good. It's a really great club. But it wasn't the same sort of assassin's lineup. Right. The store, you would have like Chappelle would drop in or Chappelle would be there, but god damn it, there was nights at the store where you would look at the line, you would laugh like this is fucking crazy story. It's Tuesday night in this store. But you gotta be in that life. You gotta live that life. 100%.
You gotta be in it 100%. And like that's why the kid I'm with is in it 100%. Like everybody.
That kid I'm worried about.
Yeah, he's gonna fail. But it's I
call him your opener. That's a problem.
Well, he's an opener. He opens right now. I was someone's opener. I mean, this is what happens. You call people your opener. But like I want to be surrounded by people who are in it.
Yes.
I want to be surrounded by people that are like, I want to get better every day.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And that's important no matter what level you're at. I think to surround yourself with people who are like truly about getting better.
Yeah.
And so many people.
Why am I on fire?
They look at, and you look at Bill Burr or Chappelle or you or guys that just have so many hours of material out and have crafted hour after hour after hour after hour. And you go, fuck, if I want to hang with those guys, I got to be a lot better. And people like, you go to the store and you look at some people that are not famous and they're amazing. It's like, in order to be at that level, you just got to keep working.
Well, this is the thing about being famous. I think I have a responsibility when I find people who are very funny, who aren't famous, I want to get them famous.
Right.
I really feel that. I have a pull. I don't know. I have a lot of responsibility in life, but I feel like I have a responsibility to this art form that's been very, very good to me.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to really set up shop here.
Yeah.
Because I felt like because of this podcast is a gigantic antenna. It's a gigantic broadcasting station.
Yeah.
It's like I can get the word out about people.
Right. Well, you've always done that. You did that for me. You did it with a lot of people. You built the scene in LA, kind of single-handedly, right?
Well, I didn't build it. It was already there.
But you just gave it a spotlight.
I used what I had with the podcast, and I said, let's jumpstart this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can do that here, and it's one of the things that I want to do. And I think about it all the time, man.
Right.
I'm like, my wife could be talking about furniture and shit.
Right.
And I'm thinking,
yeah,
I can make this place a utopia. I can make this place a stand up.
Yeah.
I really do.
Sure.
That's like one of my main goals in life right now is to just figure out a way to, as a person who's established, can stand up and financially established and secure. Like, you could just sit back and retire and relax in your laurels and just never work again. Or you can say, I can make a difference in this art form, in that I can give a platform and create a place where people are safe. You can experiment, you can take chances. Like, I used to take Ari Shafir on the road with me, and I'd get him so high you forget what he's talking about.
Right.
And then he'd go, I'm too high, I can't go on stage. I go, dude, it doesn't matter. You can't get fired.
Right.
I just said this to him. I go, dude, hold on, you're my friend.
Right.
And you never get fired.
Right.
I go, I want you to be free to fuck around.
Right.
Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah. I go, yeah, you can never get fired.
Yeah, well, he's been a little too free in the last year. But
it's debatable. But that's the thing about giving people the space to be who they are.
Of course.
You have to give them the space to make mistakes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I feel like you can establish that in an environment like Austin that's not connected to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because there was a carrot that was dangling in front of us. You can get a sitcom. You can get a talk show. You can be in movies. And that was always the carrot. And
Right.
these comics sort of poured themselves out to become part of that. And there's a
Whoa.
lot of good comics who became terrible talk show hosts and terrible
Put you in the Matrix.
movie actors. And
Yeah.
whatever spark of brilliance that existed in their stand-up comedy in the early days that could have possibly led to something truly exceptional was extinguished. And it was extinguished by this idea that you could become a part of this system that was very controlled and very censored and that you could only exist. You had to be left-wing, you had to be progressive, you had to be, you can't have any controversial opinions because if you did, people come after you. Like you get this like weird little area where, as a comic, like for a guy like you, that's
it's not gonna happen.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good that there's such a stifling of that. But then there's also, like, listen, there's got to be shitty shows for people that want to watch them. So let a lot of those comics write shitty shows. Let actors do it. Let whatever. Like, to me, I'm like, hey, if that's the way you want to spend your life, write me for whatever late night show, fill in the blank. You can do that.
Some guys could have been. There's a lot of guys who have gone, if they were here or if they were in Hollywood in the late 90s, they could have gone down that road. Like there's the brilliant guys of today, like Schultz or Giannis Papas or a lot of these guys, they could have been seduced. I don't think they would have been.
Right.
Some guys of that level could have been seduced.
Right.
And drawn into and then it's like, hey, you're getting $100,000 an episode to be on some terrible fucking sitcom where they have laugh tracks.
And there's no freedom. There's no creative freedom.
It's death. There's a few of those shows that are still on the air, and I watch them sometimes now.
Yeah.
And it's
they're for someone, right? Those shows are for people whose brains are broken.
OxyContin.
That's a large portion of America. So they have to have entertainment too. Like there's a lot of people out there that are not intellectually able to listen. You talked about Weinstein for 3 hours. They want to watch something stupid, and they want to watch the show. Let them have it. You know?
Well, listen, I'm not saying they should stop doing those shows.
Right.
I mean, listen, man, you should still make children's books.
Yes. That's 100% right. It's 100% right.
Modern art. You want to go watch a bunch of fucking paint splatter on the wall.
Yeah.
A fucking.
I feel like you in Austin is almost hilarious because it's almost like a crazy movie where you are teaching like blue-haired Antifa people to be comedians. Like, because there's a lot of like really wild, far, whacked out people here, and there's something hilarious about you like telling a fat activist that that they should hold it down on the waffles and write more. Like there's something hilarious about you.
Well, you can do both.
You could do both, yeah, but it's a. I've loved performing here. I love it, and I'm excited to see what happens with
This
it.
is gonna get crazy, Tim.
Yeah,
This place
We'll
is gonna
see.
be crazy. No, it's 100%.
Oh,
gonna be crazy.
I think it'll
If
get
I
crazy.
stay
yeah.
alive,
Yeah.
if I can stay alive, it's
Yeah.
gonna get crazy.
Yeah, I'm
100%. I'm all in. Yeah, I got plans. You know
I'm
those
excited.
plans.
I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I
I've
told you
heard
those
plans.
I'm
You've seen
excited.
some pictures.
I'm excited.
We got some shit happening.
It's gonna be crazy.
Well, I can't wait to announce all the things that we have happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
It's gonna get fuck wild.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Segura's already moved here. He's already bought a
A
house
lot of
here.
people are opening
Click
clubs.
moved here.
Yeah.
Cap City's reopening. Mark Grossman from Helium is involved in that. Yeah. All that stuff is very good.
There's gonna be a lot of different options for people that want to do.
Yeah. And I'm gonna help everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not about like working just for me or if I open a club, my club. I'm not about anything. I'm about let's go. Everybody, come on
Yeah.
down. Let's go. I want to suck as many people into this vortex as possible.
Pause.
Yeah. The people that and then the people that are thinking about it, like I'm struggling. I'm doing open mic in Kansas City. It's not working out. Come on down.
Right.
We can do this.
Yeah.
We can do
Absolutely.
this. Yeah, this is a fucking wild place, man.
Yeah.
You know, and this place is this weird spot where they used to be run by the Comanches 150 years ago. You have to realize how nuts that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 150 years ago, like if you were a white person and you were walking down the road here, you could get shot with a arrow.
Right. Well, there's a lot of people here that want that to be the case now. A lot of people are putting that committee. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in New York, in LA, and when the quarantine's over, and what, people are out there vaccinated, things are better. Those cities I'd like to see get back.
I don't even have to get vaccinated. You see what those numbers on COVID are?
They're low.
How does Biden become president?
They're not.
COVID was really excited about Biden and Harris.
Yeah. They got dropped. Well, COVID.
COVID's over.
Yeah, I mean, things are dropping, and, we're ready to go back to work.
50%.
Yeah.
They dropped by 50. The cases dropped by 50.
That's suspect.
No, stop being a conspiracy theorist.
That's
It's fine.
a little suspect.
No.
Yeah, that's
I'm not even a little worried.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm excited. I'm back out on the road, and I'm getting back to doing these things, and hopefully these clubs start opening at a larger capacity.
My favorite people is you tweeted about this. The people
Yeah.
that have never worked at these clubs literally
Yeah.
don't work.
Wow.
They're mad. The people have to do stand-up.
It's sort of, you think if comedy, you think if you went to be in finance and it didn't work, you'd quit immediately. But it's like
What?
somebody who's walking around Goldman Sachs complaining, going, these people, just
Hello?
go away. But they're
What?
on Twitter and they're angry that they haven't built a fan base, they
Hello?
didn't work hard, they spent their time drinking, drugs, really cared. They just didn't take advantage of the opportunity. So they're participating in
What?
conversations that are meant for people that are actually earning a living
Guys,
at this thing. And they're not, and
Right.
never have. And they're still trying to participate in those conversations. So to me,
okay.
it's like, fucking not, because I started talking to UFC fighters.
What?
Well, I don't actually think it's it. Like, what
Alright,
the
y'all.
fuck? You have no...
I'm gonna end the stream there.
Well,
I-
they're allowed to have their...
I'm almost done with it, but I don't know what's going on right there.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of shit.
They don't.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna complete this,
21 years old, and I was an open mic.
kind of finish up here.
And it's shameful.
So you don't want them to bomb anymore? It's so fun. Are you crazy?
I wanted people to bomb. They were going on stage because I wanted to feel good about me.
Dude, there's nothing better. We had a guy in Long Island once that gave me and my friend a 25-minute discussion, talked literally with lecturers about how comedy worked. And we went out and bombed horribly, and it was the greatest thing ever. And then we walked back in and looked at us and went, it was good. And then we just walked out of the green room. Because the level of delusion
Yeah.
is just, it's enviable.
There's a guy that I worked with back in the early days of my career. And he was a host of an open mic. I went up and, I had a pretty decent set. But I guess I swore a lot.
Right.
And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Joe fucking Rogan. And he goes, can you say fuck enough? Jesus Christ. And so off stage, the guy pulls me aside and lectures me.
Yeah.
And he tells me, and he goes, he had this bit. And the bit had the word fuck in it. And he had to remove the word fuck because he realized that the word fuck was hampering his bit. And I said, I think the only way that bit works is if you say fuck,
Right.
And it shows that you're actually angry.
Right.
And that's how people talk when they're really angry about things. And he goes, if you
Alright, if
want
this
to work,
works, I'll
and he
continue.
goes, you remove those words.
Okay,
Those
I'll
words are a
continue.
problem. You're getting laughs now. He goes, but you want to be a professional? He goes, this is not how you do it. And he was like really dicky to me. And I recognized.
Yeah, I'm just gonna save and end stream here, guys. Yeah, so
You know those guys who do that?
let me turn this down. That has officially been my first stream where I actually use my microphone. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm done for tonight. I started streaming here around 12 o'clock. It is now 1:30 in the morning. So I've been going for about an hour and a half. So you can kind of see what I'm going for here, the little project I have going on. I'm going to finish it up tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to stream that. I'm not going to have a mic because, of course, family's going to be up and they're going to be making a lot of noise. So I don't want to have to deal with that every 2 minutes on stream. Otherwise than that, I will catch you guys later. I hope you have a good night.